Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. We have more bad news for Joe Biden. More and more, we're realizing that this conviction is backfiring as we expected, as Republicans had a really, really good night last night in the June 11th primaries. Perfect night. I want to say perfect night. We, of course, had some flaws. But then again, Trump's and Dorsey's went and swept the whole as you know the whole map when it comes to the races for June 11th. So people are coming out to vote for him, and more so, we have a new poll from Pennsylvania, specifically from Bloomberg MRN Consult. You'll see Trump is leading Biden by 2. That said, accelerating him to 2.3% lead. So this is, of course, we will see here the two were in April. The two were neck and neck with Trump. With Trump beating Biden just barely, but and then Biden crashed all the way down, and supposedly he's going to hit down 44%. That's not good. He's losing voters. According to poll data, he was originally up to 47. He's now to 45, and he's on track to go to 44%, according to RCP average. So we're going to go ahead and predict as you know, a Trump 2.3% victory. What does that even look like? So let's take a look at the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Here we go. We are going to officially get the tags in for Trump and Biden, and then afterward we will just review the November races as a whole. This might be a long video. I hope it won't, but we'll play with it if it goes. So we're going to take a look at this, a 2.3% victory. And if you guys been following me this so far, you will very well know I like to use a certain election in 2020 that took place in Pennsylvania, and that was the auditor's race, because unexpectedly Republicans won that race in an upset. They were not supposed to win the said auditor's race, specifically in Pennsylvania, a state that a lot of people are thinking, oh yeah, it's shifting pretty blue. But putting our mindset in 2022, you can see and tell that I would say you can see and tell that even though Democrats won every single race, specifically the races in 2022 in the state of Pennsylvania, it's good to know that even in the midst of GOP unpopularity and a Biden presidential win, people managed to come out and vote for Timothy DeFore in the end of the day. And Nina Ahmad ended up losing. So I really like this election. It's one of my favorites because originally, if I were to predict according to the polling in the general election, I would have not predicted Bucks and Dauphin and Center, and even I would have Erie and Northampton counties go for Ahmad. But apparently now we were dead wrong. It was actually the opposite, so which was an amazing performance by DeFore. But let's take a look, and I think it's going to go pretty quick, specifically because it's going to look the same as our previous predictions, and there's no really difference. One thing to add is Bucks County would most likely go for Trump, reason being there's a mix of different factors. You have the African American vote. Am I saying the African American vote is going for Trump? No, I'm not saying that at all. It would be amazing if it did, but it's shifting. It's swinging towards Trump, meaning that Biden is losing black voters. So putting that into mind, the fact that Biden is losing black voters, and a lot of those black voters, specifically in the Philadelphia metro, are part of the Free Palestine movement, and also white college students. in general. They tend to be more far left of the political spectrum. They're probably not going to go out and vote for Biden either. Am I saying every single college student or every single student in a university is going to go against Biden? No. In the end of the day, I think woke college is a woke college. A woke university is a woke university, and it depends on the thought process of the student, the adolescent, and we got to remember these are adolescents. But this is what I'm probably thinking it's going to look like. The only difference between this map and the 2016 map is Bucks County, and Bucks County is a county that it will ultimately result to a huge win because it does have lots of people. It would be great to carry Dauphin and Center counties, but those counties are more towards the left. If it comes other than Erie and Northampton, you would have to say Bucks County is the county to flip. It is the poorest county that Biden performed his poorest in, or other words, a more better way of putting it, the most conservative blue county in the state of Pennsylvania. So that is an interesting take. So this is our prediction: a Trump victory, specifically 2.3% of the popular vote. All right, I'm glad we got Pennsylvania over with. But let's talk about what happened last night. Now, last night, Republicans had a great night. A lot of Democrats will say, no, they didn't because of this, and this. And we're going to go over this, and this and explain what happened in better detail. All right? Okay. 211 primaries. It's hard to find these. What to watch in Maine, South Carolina. So we're just going to go ahead. Oh my goodness. Nevada primary. Okay. New York Times did not think twice. Let's just click on South Carolina primary. We'll go from there. Let's click on Maine. So the Maine elections in Maine, I did a video this morning specifically on the two nominees, Costello and Cozones. We already covered them. If you want to know more about these races, which really aren't important, I covered them anyway. Go check out my Maine results video. But going up, you'll see we had some results from the U.S. House of Representatives and the specifically U.S. House of Representatives. Jared Forrest Golden is the Democratic nominee from the 2nd District. As the Democrat nominee is Chelly Pingree from the 1st District. So going to the Republican side of things, Russell, actually, I think, yes, you'll see. Ronald C. Russell. I don't know if this was a Trump endorsement, but we can go ahead and check out these results from a more broader view. There we go. 1st District. All right, I want to know the Republican endorsement. Specifically, this is the 1st District. No real endorsement. You'll see Ronald Russell's the Republican nominee, challenging Chelly Pingree, who is the incumbent here. So yes, Ronald Russell. This is the 1st District. It's going solid blue. I'm going to tell you. Spoiler. It's going solid blue. But yes, you'll see Russell defeated Andrew Piandosti by a landslide. And looking like the patterns, I think Russell is more of the conservative. And Piandosti is more of the liberal. Seeing the patterns with the demographics, you'll see more districts are actually from the Portland area here as more of Russell's votes are scattered in more suburban areas. Well, I wouldn't say suburban, but more rural areas away from Portland, as you can see. So these are like towns. But yes, let's take a look at the 2nd district. Yes, you'll see the 2nd district. Austin Therault and Michael Sobolski. Austin Therault, easily winning. And reason why, I would like to see who endorsements. Austin Therault, he looks pretty young, but he's taking on Jared Golden. But yes, Golden is Democratic primary, but I want to know the Republican primary. Have we made any endorsements? This is, of course, going to be leaning Democrat. Oh, yes, Therault got endorsed by Trump. Interesting. So Trump's endorser won. You'll see did pretty well. Harris took all around. Trump, he must be a NASCAR driver, former NASCAR driver. But yes, that's Maine results. The Maine results from Maine. But yes, here's the state legislature. I'm not really interested. Spoiler. Let's go to Nevada, and Nevada will be doing separate videos on Jackie Rosen and her performance. But yes, Jackie Rosen's obviously the nominee. Sam Brown won the nomination by 59.7% of the popular vote, voting against Jeff Gunter. And that race specifically, let's see, 2024 United States. Yeah, Sam Brown versus Jackie Rosen. Primary-wise, Sam Brown, yes, he was the Trump endorser as one. The Trump endorsement worked. You'll see 59%. That was enough for Republicans to come out and vote for him. Jeff Gunter, 15%. Jim Marchant, 6.5%. I'm purposely leaving a lot out so I can do another video. Otherwise, if I cover too much, there's no point in doing a video. But yes, you'll see here's specifically a Republican nominee. No election in District 2. Spoiler. These are Supreme Court races. District 1, Dina Titus. District 3, Susie Lee. Stephen Horsford. Yeah, that's specifically, yeah. The only close one is going to be District 4. But going over this one first. Yes. Mark Robinson is the nominee for that said district. Amodi is the nominee. Going into from district, I don't know, is this District 3? Main 2nd. Okay, 2nd district, 64.4%. Amadi Johnson versus Schwartz. So, okay, Susie Lee wins the Democrat primary, just so you know. She won this end of Clark County. But yes, Clark County, which is pretty much the only county in the district, in District 3, 32% for Drew Johnson. Easy win. Well, not easy, but he did end up winning the said primary. Johnson. Titus, like I said, is unopposed. Well, yeah, you'll see Mark Robertson from Nevada's first one in this end in the first district. Titus, as you know, this is for the Republicans. If I haven't said that already, Lee. Yeah, we already talked about that. Lee Horsford. Okay, yeah, the Democrat primary. Yeah, Stephen Horsford. Hopefully we can flip this year. I know because of this, Clark County ends of Las Vegas is what's keeping it blue. But yeah, hopefully we get more people out voting in these counties. So Stephen Horsford wins the Democrat primary with 89.8%. Not that that really matters, but you'll see John Lee defeats David Flippo by 2 points. You'll see Lee wins. Of course, Clark County is what's giving him the win. You have areas, Republican counties like Nye, Esmeralda, and Mineral counties, but those counties are not that popular then to beat Clark, which has, like, it looks like a lot of people did end up voting in said election. But that seems to be the case. Fourth. Yes, we just did that. That is Nevada. North Dakota. Kelly Armstrong most likely is prone to be the next governor of North Dakota. Most likely. Because do you think Miriam Pipcorn is going to win? Wins the Democrat primary? I might do this video tomorrow. I'll do a video on this tomorrow. We'll see. But I'm not going much into it, but yes, Kelly Armstrong wins 73.2% of the popular vote against Tammy Miller, who contained 26.8% of the popular vote. So yeah, Miller only gained Nelson County barely, and this county barely has anyone living in that county. But that too. There is also a ballot measure on play. North Dakota voters will decide whether to impose an age limit on members of Congress from their state. If the measure passes and survives any future legal challenges, it would ban North Dakotans from being elected or appointed to Congress if they would turn 81 by the end of the year before their term expired. All 3 current members of North Dakota's congressional delegation are younger than 70. This kind of won't affect them, but this measure passed. So if you're running for office and you're 80 years old or 81 or 82, I'm sorry, you can't run for office in North Dakota. There are age limits. And honestly, pretty based, I think there really should be age limits. This is the United States government. Not to be offensive to older Americans. We got to but we have to accept the fact that when you get older, you start to wire down and you start to have health problems. And when you work in the government, you need to attend every single day because we need to keep up with the work. If you don't show up, a lot doesn't get done. You need to help your base, right? So, yes, I'm not surprised that a majority, honestly, it should be more. 60% of North Dakotans voting for this measure. You'll see here the Democrat primary for the House of Representatives. Tigriff Hammer winning the Democrat primary by 73.6% of the popular vote against Roland Reimers. I remember you, Roland Reimers ran against Clinton. He carried North Dakota. Proof? Yes. This is 1992. But North Dakota went to Roland Reimers. And Roland Reimers has to be... Yeah, he did not file to appear on the ballot, but yes. He's from Minnesota, and this guy clearly doesn't know who he is. He was a member of the Democratic Party, a member of the Republican Party, a member of the Libertarian Party. He's back and forth. But yes, he lost to Hammer, who destroyed him. You'll see Roland Reimers won in Sioux County, which is, as you know, the Native American county. But here's the Republican primaries. Julie Fedorchak, the winner for 46%. This is for the House of Representatives. Now, the current representative is Kelly Armstrong. Is that? Yeah. Armstrong, Mr. Armstrong, Representative Armstrong. Exact tie in Benson County. Interesting. So, most likely, Julie Fedorchak is going to become the next representative. If he's going to do what he can to be Trigiv Hammer. Big weird name, but yes. Rick Becker, Caramont, easily defeated against Fedorchak. Am I missing anything? Okay. Auditor. Lamb won the auditor's race. Gallion won, as you know, the Republican nominee. Insurance commissioner. Godfried going in uncontested. I don't think they're sending in a Democrat this time. So Republican wins unopposed with some write-ins. Public Service Commission. Wilkie and Christman. Besler for the Superintendent of Public Instruction. These are independents. Besler and Heitkamp. Interesting. I think that's the senator. But they're going to be facing, and then we have the treasurer, Beadle, uncontested. He's going to win 100%. But that is North Dakota. South Carolina. You'll see Republicans. Now, we're not going to go click on it. Well, we can try, but you'll see this is the Democrat performance. Michael Moore defeats Mac DeFord in the primary in the 1st district. Nancy Mace wins the Republican primary, winning against Catherine Templeton. She wins by 56.8% to Templeton's 29.8%. Interesting result. Robinson for the Democrat primary. David Robinson wins by 84% of the popular vote, thanks to part by some Richland, which comes from Columbia. But also, he managed to win in other areas of the Black Belt also. David Robinson, 84% of the popular vote. Daniel Shreve with 16% of the popular vote. But yes, this is David Robinson's win here. Wait, hold on. We're going to go down. Yes, Joe Wilson, 73.9% of the popular vote, winning every county in the 2nd district against Hampton Redmond. Good percentage number. Shall face Robinson in the general. That's the 1st district. The 2nd district. Wait, this is the 2nd district. Hang on. Oh, yes, we already covered that. Excuse me. All right. Number 3. Yes, this is a competitive race in terms of, I want to say, this is the 3rd district. You'll see Byram Best won the election, but with winning these most counties in purple. Francis Goldner won 37.6% with only Oconee and Pickens County, right by Greenville, the biggest city of South Carolina. So, interestingly enough, the Republican primary shows Sherry Biggs and Mark Burns advancing to a runoff. You'll see, I guess you have to get it over like 40%. But yes, you'll see very competitive race. You'll see Mark Burns performed better with 33.2%, winning McCormick, Abbeville, Anderson, Pickens, and Greenville counties. And Greenville, this part of Greenville doesn't have Greenville, the city, but keep that in mind. Sherry Biggs, it's not over for her. She got away with these counties in red. And Stuart Jones carried one county, and that's Lorenz County. But those are the results in South Carolina's third. The fourth district shows Harvey uncontested, Catherine Harvey uncontested. We can cover that. But it's mainly this race that's been the focal point of the attention. But yes, William Timmons won this election by 51.6% of the popular vote against Adam Morgan. Timmons, 51.6%. And this is surprising, seeing that Morgan won Greenville. And please note, Greenville is the most popular. I'm not going to say it again, but it's the most popular city in South Carolina, and it's a Republican city. So, and that goes without saying. Spartanburg County could be influenced suburbanly by Greenville, but yes, William Timmons wins 51.6%. The fifth district shows Evangeline Hudley winning the Democratic primary uncontested. Same thing with Ralph Norman in the Republican primary. They will be facing off in the general election in November. All right, Duke Buckner wins the Republican primary. Buckner winning 55.8% of the popular vote. That's in red. Of course, you got some from Charleston County. This is the blue county. This is Democrat district. All this is black belt, to be general. Justin Scott, 44.2%. Yes, James Claiborne is incumbent. He is the only incumbent Democrat in South Carolina. James Claiborne, unopposed. But yes, Scott ended up winning Sumter, Clarendon, Richland, Bamberg, and Allendale counties. So, interesting results from there. Yes, there's another Scott. I know it's the state of Tim Scott. I know that. It's just a popular name, but Mal Hyman won the Democratic primary, winning these counties over here. Surprisingly, because these counties are African American. Well, they do have more African American than normal. I don't know if there's the majority still, but Darrell Scott ended up carrying Marion, Dillion, and Marlborough. Russell Fry unopposed, set to oppose Marl Hyman and in the general election in November. I think that is it. Let's talk about the wrap up with the Ohio 6th. And you'll see that I was kind of surprised. Well, I'm kind of. But I thought it was going to be a bad night due to this race. Michael Ruley, and he underperformed a lot in this said race. That said, a lot of people thought Michael L. Kripchak would actually flip this Trump 20 plus district. But in the end of the day, Michael Rulli ended up winning by 54.6%. I'm glad he did, even though he's a DEI candidate, and that's probably why Republicans didn't show up to vote for him, because he's among many Republicans that think that you need to put on an act and be the friendly neighbor. Be the friendly neighbor, but don't go out and be a DEI. Come on, don't be a woke head. But yes, he ended up winning 54.6%. I'm glad he did. We should root for him because this is a House seat, and this will put our lead in the House of Representatives in jeopardy. Keep that in mind. So I was praying for him to win, and he did. And I'm glad he did. Mahoney was tied. Barely. Michael L. Kripchak won the county, just barely. And of course, Tuscarawas County was more. And this is a Republican county, and it went for him, Kripchak, by a lot, 56%. But yes. Anyway, that is the 2024 June 11th primaries. And this is a special election, not really a primary, but it's been called. Rulli wins. Anyway, what do you guys think about our Pennsylvania prediction? What do you guys think about Republicans' performance? And as you know, what do you think of the Republican performance in last night's races? Let me know down below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.